Hey guys, it's Jake with Adventure GT. I'm here with my friend Eric and his 2020 Outback Onyx Edition, and her name is Shirley. You, man. Wait, no, okay. Start getting them geese flying in the background.
Hey, this is Eric. This is my 2020 Subaru Outback Onyx XT. Her name's Shirley, and I got her at Dave Wright Subaru in Hiawatha. It was on the lot for $39,500. I had them put some bigger tires on right out of the get-go, so it was a little bit more than that. Had the paint protection and all that stuff, try to keep her looking a little bit clean, so I walked out of there for about $47,000. All right, got her bone stock, and as you see, I got a lot of mods on her. Got probably, $8,000 in mods on it, I suppose. So the first mod that I did was a 2-inch lift kit from LP, and from there went with wheel spacers, 20mm wheel spacers, front bumper from LP again, and started getting into the diode dynamics lights, and wasn't sure how I wanted to wire all that, so I got the Trigger 6-shooter system, got that all hooked up, made everything so easy for all my wiring.
What is the Trigger 6-shooter?
It's a wireless Bluetooth system that runs my lights, so I have a handheld control in my car that's all Bluetooth. I think after that I did probably the roof rack, and then full skid plates also from LP, and then the rock sliders also. So that's where I'm at right now. The lights down below, my ambers I run all the time. I drive early in the morning for work, so it helps me see the deer, especially with the ditch lights. As long as there's nobody around, I run those and I can see quite a ways. So, and it seems like the deer don't like them either, so that helps me out.
Are those mud guards?
Yeah, they're Rock Blocks mud flaps. Just bought that with the 20mm wheel spacers. I didn't want my car all chipped up right out of the get-go. So with Subaru being pretty new to the outdoor game and everybody loving them, everybody's making mods for them. I got hooked up with LP Adventures through a friend of mine, and everything is so easy to install. I can't get away from it. It's just plug and play. So easy. So as a hunter, end up getting on some pretty gnarly trails, a lot of cow pastures, a lot of things with thorns, so everything on here just kind of helps me mow all that down and not get stuck going into the Outback.
These are not the OE tires that come off the line.
Nope, they're not. I like that wheel well a little more filled out, so those are the biggest tire that I can fit. I do get a little bit of rubbing with some braking and hard turning, but not real worried about it.
So you sized up one size?
Two sizes.
What, do you happen to know what size those are right now?
245 60/18s.
Minimal rubbing with them wheel spacers you put on.
Yep.
Otherwise, those are factory rims.
Factory rims. So stock from the factory, it goes 8.6 inches of ground clearance. I've 2-inch bigger tires on, so there's an inch there, and then a 2-inch lift kit, so I'm about 11.5 inches of ground clearance.
That lift kit's from LP Adventures.
LP Adventures.
Taking the suspension apart, putting that lift kit on.
I got a couple buddies that are very knowledgeable about it. One's got a decent garage and all the tools and time to help me, so yeah, it's about 3 hours for 3 of us to do the lift kit.
3 hours, 1 case of beer, is that enough?
It's funny because neither one of my friends drink, so I had to be a good boy that day. What I like about this car is just the ride in general. The seats are so comfortable. My mom commented on it. All my friends comment on it. Taken on long trips, never had any issues. The visibility out of it's great. Just the overall comfort. As far as the things I don't like, as many people know, the screen for that runs the stereo and everything is absolute trash. It cuts out, it turns off, it'll unsync, tell me my phone can't sync up to it even though it just was. That's really the biggest thing for me. As far as things that I've changed and then unchanged, I guess I haven't had a lot of that. I put a lot of thought and research into my stuff before I buy it. I like to support the companies that are very well made and especially USA made if possible. I know LP is Canada, but close enough.
So you mentioned earlier that you managed to get a little stuck just once in some deep snow. You want to go ahead and talk about that? You were out driving?
Yeah, so my son and I were going ice fishing out at one of the local parks, and where I normally park at is just a nice little grass area, and it didn't look that bad. And when I pulled in, I got about halfway through my car and just completely sunk it. I tried my X modes, forward, reverse, everything, and once I got it out, I still hadn't hit grass with my front tires yet, and it was all the way up as far as it'd go.
You had to get pulled out?
No, we dug it out. I had my camp shovel in the car because I know better. So yeah, dug her out, laid in the snow, and good thing my boy's a good sport about all that stuff, so he helped me out there. So the farthest I've taken Shirley is out to Montana on kind of a once-in-a-lifetime mule deer hunt with some of my friends and myself, and went to the Terry Badlands. The road getting out to where we camped at was pretty gnarly, so used the skid plates and used the front bumper on that a little bit, and same with the second place we camped at too. We're more than an hour away from town, so we can't have anything fail on us, so everything worked just how it's supposed to.
All right. Now tell me, you've gotten to this far. What's next? What are your future mods? Are you going to modify anything else? You got more plans for it?
So my plans are new wheels and tires once my tires go out. Still haven't decided on them. Thinking maybe the KO2s or some Wild Peaks, not sure yet. Probably stick with LP again on the rims. They have a white set that I just fell in love with. After that, it'll probably be a Cobb tuner for it, I suppose. Give her a little more zip on the road. So growing up as a fisherman and camping with my dad and always being outside and exploring out in the woods and everything, I love being in the Outback with my Outback Shirley.
All right, guys, so that's about everything about Eric's 2020 Outback. He does happen to have an Instagram, and that'll be linked down below, but
I'm a little old for that shit, so don't look for me too often on there.
All right, guys, that's a wrap on this video. We'll see you in the next one.